food.
Food.
We hear the word food every day, so most of us take our meals for granted.
But for 1 in 7 people in North Carolina and 1 in every 5 children, it's something they don't always have access to.
In the Declaration of Independence, the founders wrote that all people are created equal.
And that everyone is born with unalienable rights, including life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
It doesn't care what color you are, doesn't care where you came from.
We'll have an assumption that our communities here in Wake County are well off. And that is not the case.
We have folks in line in food distributions who rely on these services to put food on the table.
We see upwards of 200 people a day needing a meal.
I had one guy, I'll never forget, my first term, told me he didn't know that food security on college campuses was an issue. I said, oh, you are so disconnected.
Grocery prices we know are out of control, and our government is failing to lower costs for working families.
Americans are feeling the high food costs.
Food is a basic human right.
There is enough food to go around in our country that no one in this country should go hungry.
If we're all supposed to be equal, then why isn't access to food equal too?
More than 1.6 million people in North Carolina face hunger, and nearly 440,000 of them are children.
The students were hungry and they didn't have the resources.
Children should not have to pay money to eat.
It's difficult for children to learn when they're hungry.
College students are often an overlooked group when it comes to food insecurity. More than 20% of college students experience food insecurity.
And so when we invest so much money in every student that walks into classrooms of our public higher education system across the state, that means we need to make sure they have everything they need to succeed.
The root causes of hunger is a symptom of not having enough.
Big factor is affordability.
And so it really puts a value into people when you put a value in food.
Access to food and dignity is absolutely a basic human right, and we all should have it.
Food insecurity isn't just about missing a meal.
It affects health, education, and whether people can even live the life the Declaration promises.
When people don't have enough to eat, the right to life is threatened.
This is not just, oh, we can't get food on the table. It's an immense problem that encompasses not only just social issues, but economics, public health, well-being.
Some of them are faced with impossible choices between medicine and groceries.
The high rates of diet-related chronic conditions. Nutritious foods are important for preventing and managing these conditions.
People might get sick. They may get hospitalized because of malnutrition. Their chronic diseases get worse.
We need food, but we also need to be seen. We also need to have choice. We also need to feel worth and valued.
And without those rights,
The pursuit of happiness becomes impossible.
across North Carolina, communities are working together to fight hunger.
There are amazing food pantries in Wake County. You know, the nonprofit community here is, I think, second to none in the nation.
We have people who, in the community, faith-based, our law enforcement, our schools, who want to make sure that students are getting food.
So we find areas that are essentially food deserts and provide that fresh fruits and vegetables that folks need to nourish their families. Volunteers can sort around 160 meals per shift. And just imagine what that means for families facing hunger.
Our pastor really wanted to meet families right where they were and help provide for them. We just opened up our doors. We turned our gymnasium into basically a warehouse, and we would sort it. And then within 1 to 2 days, everything would be gone.
The table is Raleigh's Pay What You Can restaurant with a mission to provide community and good food for all, regardless of means. This year alone, we've almost hit about 45,000 people that are coming in to get a good meal. We work with a lot of organizations to get people resources that they need.
Food pantries help each other out.
We work with Farmer Food Share and some other food vendors that work with local farmers.
We have a network of over 700 partner agencies.
We fight food insecurity, and we feed upwards of 200 people a day.
So many people think that the nonprofit community can fix this problem. They cannot. They cannot. They can't raise enough money, and none of them can scale enough.
Actually, these federal programs versus the food banks and food pantries, although those are also really important resources.
Right now, we're facing deep federal cuts potentially to SNAP, to Medicaid, and these are tools that allow folks to be able to purchase groceries and be able to put food on the table.
From community-based organizations to food pantries to hospitals to farmers, they're all terrified about the nearly $200 billion in cuts to SNAP.
At least 50 food drives across the county when the federal shutdown hit last fall.
People feel like, oh, this isn't a government issue. Sorry, it is. It's the welfare of your citizenry.
The Declaration states that governments are created to secure these rights.
In 2025, SNAP brought nearly $3 billion into North Carolina.
4 million people, including families with children, senior, veterans, and individuals with disability, will see the food assistance they need to afford groceries cut substantially.
The federal government being able to step up keeps North Carolina from having to pay up to $420 million a year.
SNAP must be based on the goal of reaching nutrition independence, financial independence, and the American dream.
We, in North Carolina, if we had that money from the federal government, we'll be able to expand universal school meals from the state.
If people can't afford food, how can they ever reach the American dream?
Food should not be something that we don't have access to.
Food is something that you do not have to earn.
It is not a privilege to have food. It's a human right to have food.
People need to eat, they need to be seen, they need to be loved, and this work, we have the opportunity to do that.
Food insecurity is more than just a modern problem.
It's a test of whether the values written in 1776 still matter today in our own communities. Because equality, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness all begin with food.